Our next speaker is going to come up and talk to us all about goal setting. We hear every month, we hear every week, we hear all the time how important it is to set goals and how by setting goals we're more likely to achieve them. And I'm going to invite Michelle Booth to come up and share all about that with us. So, Michelle is a goal leader with Young Living, and recently Michelle and her family moved back to the island from Winnipeg. You would expect most moms of twin girls and a 5-year-old boy to have piles of laundry, but you'll never find a load that's not folded at Michelle's house because she just loves doing laundry. And so I'm hoping that by standing close, some of that rubs off, because you'll find lots of loads of laundry in my house. Michelle comes from a big family and especially loves being able to work alongside her 3 sisters and her mom with her Young Living business. So welcome, Michelle.
Hi, everybody. I'm really excited to speak because I have been sweating and my heart's been pumping all morning, and I think when I'm done this, that will stop. No, but honestly, I'm really honored to be up here. I feel like you guys will all be up here one day, and I feel like I'm not worthy enough, but I am worthy. And it feels really good to be up here with all of these amazing speakers, and I feel just humbled, like how am I here? But I'm so excited to bring what I have to say to you guys today about goal setting. My name is Michelle Booth. So on Facebook you'll see me as Mark and Michelle Booth. We share Facebook. Yeah, it's weird, get over it. Anyways, so I'm married to Mark. He is awesome. We've been married for 8.5 years, and we have 3 kids, a son, Jackson, who is just a spitfire boy, and he's busy, and he does not like being indoors. And then we have 2 girls who are twins, and I just thank God that they were girls in my stomach when I found out I was having twins. I'm very happy with them, because they're just different than him, and it balances it out. My favorite products are Ninja. I don't get through a day without Ninja. I always have to have it. If I run out, I get cranky. And then lavender shampoo, all of that stuff. That's not as important as talking. I'm going to talk about goals today, which, okay. When I found out that I was talking about goals, I told my husband that I was talking about goals. And he said, but Michelle, you don't even set goals. You don't have to-do lists. Like, you just like to sprinkle fairy dust on everything and dream and hope for the best. And then we laughed, and we laughed, and we laughed. And I was like, I know, right? Why did they ask me to talk about goals? They obviously don't know me. But I had to dig in a little deeper. So we started talking back and forth about goals. So from his perspective, he's the type of guy who at any given time, he will literally have a list of to-dos in his phone. And I'm like, ew, gross. Because we'll wake up in the morning, I'll be drinking our coffee, and he'll be like, hey, what are our goals for today? What are we doing today? And I'll be like, talk to me after I've drank my coffee. So he's always the goal getter, and I am the dream girl. So I've always kind of been like, hey, I want to get married, I want to have a beautiful house and raise our kids, and I've just been the dreamer. I like to dream, and I was wondering about that. I'm like, how do I get to those dreams? Because I mean, I'm a gold. I didn't get here by accident. So I'm like, how do I goal, and how do I to do? And so I thought about his story. We were talking about his story versus mine. So Mark is kind of the guy, like, when I met him when we were 18, he was kind of the guy like, hi, my name's Mark, and when I grow up, I'm going to be a pilot. Not really, but like, he just always had this goal. That was his goal. I'm going to grow up, and I'm going to be a pilot. And these are the steps I'm going to have to do to get there. So when we married, we were like 21, and I knew what I was signing up for. Was his goal, and we were taking those steps to get there. I was a hairdresser, so I was cool just being dragged along, because whatever. So he had these steps. So we started off in Comox, and he got his private pilot's license. Check number 1. His next check was we moved to Victoria to get his commercial license. Check number 2. While we were living in Victoria, we got a phone call saying, hey, there's this great opportunity in Winnipeg. You guys should come out to Winnipeg, and that you can start flying at a bigger airline and put the schooling that you've done to work. So we moved to Winnipeg. Seemed like a good idea. He gets his IFR, check. He is on the ground and he's waiting to be a pilot and fly. Well, he gets stuck for 2 years on the ground in the cargo. And you know, these guys, they're just loading up planes and kind of, they're pilots, they've done their school, they paid a lot of money to get there, and they're kind of sitting and they kind of got a little bit negative. It was like, are we ever gonna fly? Are we always gonna be, you know, loading everyone's planes? They were talking about the income cap. It's like pilots get paid like crap. It was kind of like this up and down chart. They kind of all started to get a little bit negative. So I remember the turning point for Mark, where this was his goal. He had to dig inside of himself and say, is this worth it? I remember the moment where it was like, he kept saying, I should have been a doctor. If I'm going to spend all this money and all this time and all this schooling, I should have become a doctor. I should have become a dentist. What am I doing? Why am I becoming a pilot? Why? And he had to look inside of himself, and I remember it was a turning point where it was like, he was like, yes, this is a dream. It changed from being a goal with a to-do list to finally he was like, you know what? When I was a little boy growing up, like airplanes were everywhere. When my dad had a plane, and my grandpa, and we flew, and he was like, inside of him, he realized, this is not a goal with a to-do list. This is my dream. And so I may be stuck right now, but it is worth it. So I remember that turning point, and so I was like, yes, that's what it is. See, a goal without a dream, it's just a to-do list. And I don't know about you guys, but like I didn't start Young Living because I needed a to-do list. I didn't need another thing to check off. I needed to fuel my dreams. And I know that Young Living can be the vehicle. Maybe your goal isn't just to be but to be a Royal Crown Diamond, just to meet Gary Young and speak on a platform. Maybe that's not your goal, but being a Royal Crown Diamond can literally fuel any goal that you have in life. It's the funds to back it up. It's whatever dream you have. So I just realized through my husband and through his experience that it's not this to-do list. It's not just trying to get there. And I think it's the difference between interest and commitment. Like if you're just interested in something, you're just going to do it when you feel like it, and you don't have that level of commitment. But if you've got this big dream in your heart, like you're going to stick it through. And to me, Royal Crown Diamond can fuel any dream. So literally Young Living covers everything. Like he had a dream to be a pilot, but now I have a dream to see him home part-time. So that's one of my big dreams, is to have him home part-time and us to be like a real live family all the time together. So be obsessed with your dream and know that Young Living can fuel whatever dream you have. Which brings me to beliefs. So if you have a dream in your heart and you want to accomplish that, and you want to take the steps to get there, so this is your end goal. But I fully believe through this that your beliefs have got to line up with your dream. So is your dream to be silver? Is your dream to be diamond? Is your dream to be Royal Crown Diamond? Well, ask yourself, do your beliefs match? They have to line up. They have to match. And the good news is, you can fake it till you make it. I've been doing this process for a little while now, where something comes in my head, I just say, like Stacey said, delete. So something comes in and it doesn't line up with my beliefs and my dreams and where I'm going, I just cut it off and don't think about that. It's not going to help me. So I've just been doing that. Delete, and then kind of navigate your thoughts somewhere else. Just like our brains are kind of wired to where we like to go naturally, it takes a lot to train your brain. We've got lazy brains and they like to take the same pathway. But if they don't line up with our dreams, we're not going to get there. We have to fake it till our brain is just taking us to where our dreams are. And our beliefs, our underlying beliefs are like real, and they're taking us to our dreams. So I read recently that we have explicit beliefs and implicit beliefs. So our explicit beliefs are the things that we say in front of people, like, yeah, I'm going to do this, or I'm going to do that, or I believe in myself, oh yeah, I believe in myself. But your implicit beliefs are the beliefs that you actually believe in yourself, like you actually believe when you're in your own headspace by yourself. What do you actually believe? So if there's anything you guys take and work on, it's working on your belief when you're by yourself. What do you actually believe about yourself? You guys need to make your beliefs match up with your dreams. You are worth it. You might just need a little bit of training, and you just might have to fake it till you make it, until you actually believe it. So that led me to, okay, so I realized that my goal is actually my dream. My beliefs have to line up on the way to my dreams. But then, how do I get there? What is this to-do list? If I don't like to-do lists, and I'm a person who does not like to have to-do lists, how am I going to get to my dreams? How do I actually do that? I don't even like writing down anything, because if I write it down, I feel like I have to rebel against it. I'm that type of personality, so I'm like, how have I been doing this? How did I get to goal? Like, I hate to-do lists. So I realized that to-do lists, for me, are actually habits. We need to change our habits. You can change your habits to change your life. Whatever habit that may be. It has to be a good habit. You have to give up things. Like I said, you need to change your habits. You need to make them not hobbies, habits. Hobbies are just something you do when you feel like it, when you're, it's something you kind of like, whatever. But you need to change your habits. It's so very important. So each habit has a trigger, a routine, and a reward. So I'm just going to use the example of coffee. And coffee is a good habit. It's a great habit. I'm not saying coffee is a bad habit. It's just the example. So when you wake up in the morning, you kind of have a trigger. You are awake, but you just don't really want to be awake. Charlene, you're awake. You don't really want to be awake, but you've got this trigger. It's like, oh, I'm going to go downstairs. And to make me feel better and wake me up and do all those things I want it to do, I'm going to go have my coffee. So you go downstairs, and that's just part of your routine. You have your coffee, and then you get your reward of feeling energized and feeling like you can actually take on the day now. So if you were to say, I'm not doing that anymore, that's not going to be my habit anymore, which I don't think you should give up, but if you wanted to, I'm saying, instead of taking that away, you need to replace it with something else. So maybe you wake up in the morning and your trigger is, oh my gosh, I'm not ready to wake up. I want to feel energized, and I want to wake up, and I want to be ready to take on the day. So you have that trigger. Now you change your routine. You go and you put on your shoes and you put on your jacket and you go for a walk around your block. You come back and you have the reward of feeling energized and you have the reward of being awake, but you changed the habit. And doing that daily, you will find that that is your new habit and that sets in. So if you want to be Royal Crown Diamond, what are some of the habits that you can change? What are some of the things you can do? I wrote it a couple. Once a month, at the beginning of the month, our team does a business dinner. We just do it out of habit. It just happens. Everyone in our team knows that. You just have your business dinner and it's available and it's there, and we will all be at such and such a place the first week of the month, because we're going to fill up our calendars and we're going to get our month at glance all filled up. So that is our habit that always happens. Also, follow-up Fridays. Follow-up Fridays is a great habit. Maybe you used to watch TV on the couch on Friday afternoon. Well, now we're doing follow-up Fridays. So we're sitting down and we're following up with everybody during that week. Maybe we had classes, maybe I had a coffee date, whatever. I'm following up, and that is my new habit. And that habit, plus the getting together with the friends and getting our week set up, plus maybe you take care of your downline. Maybe every afternoon you do 20 minutes of just pumping out messages. Whatever those things are, you need to get your habits in line with your dream. So wherever you're going, change your habits. You don't think that, like when my husband was trying to become a pilot, it's like, you're not sleeping in anymore. You're not doing all the leisurely things. You're studying. You're not putting your money out there for coffee or whatever you're doing. You're putting your money towards your schooling. You have to change your habits. You have to get your habits in line with your dreams, or you're not going to get there. And luckily for us in Young Living, we've talked about this a bunch today, is the simple cycle. So first of all, if you're wanting to get somewhere, if you're wanting to get to your dreams, you have to come up with a strategy. So my husband's strategy was schooling and paying lots and lots of money and doing all the things to get you to the step. Our strategy is so easy for us, it's the simple cycle. So our strategy is the simple cycle, it's planning classes and getting in the habit of doing these all the time. The simple cycle, share a kit, sell a kit, help your friends, educate your friends, talk to them about ER, on and on and on, and just do that over and over. The tactic is the actual doing of it. So applying yourself and actually getting out and doing all of that stuff. And the process is just doing that over and over and over again. And all those habits and doing it again and again and again is going to get you to your dream. So I realized through all of this that I'm not much different than people with to-do lists. I just like to put it in the way of having a dream and getting my habit in line with getting me there instead of a to-do list. But I'm telling you, your belief has to be there too with your dream. So in conclusion, your why is so very important. I know we talk about our why so much, but that is your dream. Your dream is your why. And this is the statistic that everybody who has a dream and a why always makes it too small. So whatever our past looks like or our present looks like, we always tend to dream kind of just a little bit outside of that. So we just dream a little bit outside of our comfort zone usually. So I want you guys to take your why, maybe you need to look at it again because people just kind of set a little bit of a goal and you actually can attain it. I don't know about you guys, but I think you can attain almost anything. Like, I mean, we live in North America. Like, you can attain pretty much any goal that you set out. So I want you guys to go back and look at your dreams, to look at your why. And you know what? I'm telling you, it is too small. If you can kind of attain it, like, you know, like gold. I mean, like, there. And you can attain it. And what do you want? And maybe it will get bigger and bigger as you go, but I want you guys to set the stakes high and then match up your beliefs with it. If you're wanting to be a diamond, well, match up your beliefs with that and make that your why. Is that a bit scary? Perfect. That's your why. You want that. Fuel those dreams by creating all of the good habits. Maybe you start slowly. Maybe you change habits slowly, like, you know, over time. But I'm telling you, it's so worth it. It might feel a little bit uncomfortable at first, but it is worth it, making those habits, doing those things over and over and over. And eventually it won't feel like work. It'll just come so naturally because you've made it a habit. Strengthen your belief inside because you guys, honestly, you're all worth it. Like, you all got here, you're all here. You're all part of Spruce Oilers. We have amazing leadership who give us like the best model ever. And you guys, each single one of you are so worth it. I have no doubts that you guys will be up here in the next years to come. So Royal Crown Diamond, here we all come. Have your belief, have your dream, and create all these great habits, and you guys will all get there.